Are you ready? I sure as hell am. This is my reggae top 10 from a small period in time, more or less, just after Rocksteady faded away. That's real rock, and there's not a dance hall in the world that hasn't played that and guaranteed it to be a floor filler. The sound dimension, real rock, questionably, arguably, in my opinion, the best instrumental piece of reggae music ever recorded. It thrills me from today to the day I first heard it. Absolutely wonderful. So, top 10 reggae, but I've pinched a little bit of time here. I'm not going to do any novelty reggae, any fairground reggae. This is serious reggae, either love songs or root songs. All of them in their own way, inspirational and team leaders. So without further ado, say no more, Mr. Rodigans. David Rodigan says this is the most influential reggae record ever recorded. I ain't arguing with the man. on one member of the Carlton family to another. Now, if I've got my names right, the Abyssinians was Donald Manning, and Carlton and the Shoes is Carlton Manning, and they were brothers, just in different groups. And Happy Land, the one that you've just heard, predates Declaration of Rights and Sata Amasagana by the Abyssinians, and probably was a turning point in late rocksteady, early reggae roots music. But don't kid yourself that roots music and Rastafarian started in the 1970s with Bob Marley or Burning Spear. It goes way back. Clue Jays and the Blues Busters and Oh Carolina and another one on Blue Beat that's lots of drumming in it, and my brain's gone dead, so if I think of it later I'll get back to you. So we're on a bit of a roots tip here at the moment, a couple more roots, then we'll get on to some love songs. But as I say, these are my reggae top 10. We've done 3. Let's do another one.
I, son of the Most High, Jah Rastafari, our heart shall correspond and beat it in one harmony. Sounds from the burning spear. Shall not enter. These are all alone.
This was a game changer. Burning Spear, the sounds of the Burning Spear. Now, when I bought that record, I'd been on the phone to Junior Lincoln up at Bamboo Records in Finsbury Park, Finchley, anyway, NW10, I think. And he would always tell me what was out by the Sound Dimension, Jackie Mittoo, Roland Alfonso, Tommy, all the big names at Studio One. And I ordered that for The Other Side, which is a Jackie Mittoo version 3, I think, of Ram Jam, I believe. You know, be gentle with me. And it arrived in the post. I unpacked the post with excitement, as I always did. And I saw the Jackie Mittoo. I played it. I was absolutely thrilled. He didn't tell me it was a version to Ram Jam, if I've got the right single, and I don't think I have. And I was thrilled, and I looked on the other side, the B side. I mean, this is sacrilege with the benefit of hindsight. And on the B side, it said, Doorpeeper, Burning Spear. It could have been a foreign language. It meant nothing to me. I can't even remember playing it. I thought it was some kind of weirdo thing going on, or I don't know. I just dismissed it much to my... It's unforgivable what I did, and I'm sorry, Mr. Spear. I really am. Mr. Rodney, sorry. So now we've got the benefit of hindsight, and when he started recording the stuff down at Jack Ruby's especially, I realised what a gem of a record I had, and how foolish I was to dismiss it at the time. Burning Spear, just... that was his first, to my knowledge, and still his best and most influential, as was this man. Bob Andy.
Just take this chain away and set me free. Remove me out of bondage and we will agree. Too long I've been a slave, I wanna be no more. I'd rather dig my grave than be locked behind the door. I wanna help myself
Love Time. I can only think of one or maybe two other songs this man's ever recorded. Beautiful voice. The beautiful voice of Basil Daly. Not Basil Gabardon. Nothing wrong with Basil's. Paragons. Yeah. Pumping organ in this song. You don't hear that a lot in Studio One music. The other producers and musicians, that was a big thing in the early days of reggae music, but not at Studio One. But here you've got it all the way through. Well, that is the Paragons they recorded some ace stuff at Treasure Isle, probably in strength, in depth, some of their best music, but that is as good as any of them. Absolutely wonderful. That's especially for my friend Paul Stillfelder in North Wales, because I know he loves that, and good taste, Paul. But that pumping organ, you don't get that in a lot of Studio One. In fact, that's the only one I can think of, but I'm sure some of the Studio One boffins will know more than me. So we've had the Paragons. It would be very rude not to have the Hep Tones. Oh, sorry. I can't tell my organ from my horn.
Music, it's so divine. It's yours and it's mine. Come on and sing with me. It makes you so happy. It gets you in the groove. Makes your whole body move. Yourself you can't control. Just when you get the soul.
That's the Hep Tones. Absolutely, Leroy Sibbles and the boys, absolutely fan-blooming-tastic. And that was a big decision to make, to pluck that one out, because you've got all those tracks, Fight to the Top, Hep Tones are going to fight, Equal Rights on the On Top LP, and it would have been so easy to have played one of those, maybe next time. Now, I used to go to the Roaring Twenties Club, not every week, couldn't afford it. But through a club in Portsmouth called the Marina, I met some people one night. I'd already been to the 20s with some Bognor boys and we got to know it quite well. But these people were fanatics for it. And okay, they'd go to the Marina, which was more soul, but they really liked to go to the Roaring Twenties for the reggae music. And on one particular occasion, we were all on the train. They are from Southampton. There was a girl from Gosport. Pete Eckford from Southampton, one of the smartest dudes. He never sweated ever, you know, he's just cool all the time, no matter how hot it was in there. And we spent the whole train journey with me having to listen to them about a record they'd heard the week before, and they were hoping that the DJ would spin it again. Now I'm sure, and I don't want to be politically incorrect or insensitive here, but I'm sure the DJ was King Cripple, and I think Brian McPhee, Black Harmony Sound, I think he verified that on an exchange I had with him a while ago on Facebook. So Brian, if you get to see this, let me know. So the record they were talking about, they referred to as Mr. Fire. Once again, a little bit like the Burning Spear, nothing had been heard like it before or since. It was just a different sound, but in many ways a better sound, certainly innovative, if you can say that properly. If it's food you want, you got food for thought.
Never see smoke without fire. What you sow, you have to reap now. Never see smoke without fire. What you sow, you have to reap now. Here you calling now, Mr. Fire Coleman. Come and do your work. I'm begging you.
Oh God.
Hands up, fire by the gun now. The man who lives by the gun now. Hands up, fire by the gun now. Here you calling now, Mr. Fire, fire. Come and do your work.
Has anybody written about what those lyrics are about? Have they ever interviewed the Wailing Souls and asked them, what are you singing about on Mr. Fire Coleman? When it first came out, it was credited to the Classics. The Wailing Souls weren't, as a name, weren't on the scene then, unless they misnamed it. I'm not sure of the story, but it was shown as the Classics. Got that on the Banana label, which is Bamboo's sister label, as I seem to remember. God, my memories have been pushed through some of these videos, I tell you. I do hope I've got my facts reasonably well. Now, I think this is number 10. If I've miscounted again, well, shit happens. So, there are people who might just say this is the best reggae record ever recorded. I wouldn't argue with that. And if song lyrics get its title as number 1, it deserves it. Beautiful.
Soul inside of you.
to feel it, you've got to be clean. You've got to make it straight, you can't be lean. To share the joys togetherness can bring. To the true soul, you just have to cling. Then you will feel the soul inside of you. Oh, got to feel.
Now, I will be doing another top 10 reggae, but it'll be the period immediately after when most of these were recorded. So you might get to hear some Moody's, Dennis Wolf's, there are 2 classics by him. Well, that's the second tune on this video by Bob Andy. I tried to not duplicate too many superstars, but with a man with such strength in depth as he's got, and a song with those lyrics, you wouldn't dare miss it out of your top 10. All Studio One, so not only are they my top 10 reggae songs, they're my top 10 Studio One, I would imagine. There's a couple of rock steadies you'd have to include. What I'd throw out though, I have no idea. So I hope you've enjoyed that little lot. I hope it's not too contentious. I don't want to upset Ken Lithgow or Noel or Chris or the other Chris or any of the big people in this beautiful world of reggae music. It's only my opinion. Make of it what you wish. So until the next time, everybody, see ya. Bye. Keep skanking.